Good morning. This is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me as we continue to journey through the Radiant difficulty level in Darkest Dungeon. Just before I started recording, I sneezed right into the can of soda I had in front of me, so listen for the point in the episode where I forget I did that and I take a drink of the soda. That'll be a fun game you can play. Now, we are going to, as we discussed at the end of the last episode, go on a hard mission, a champion level mission, and we're going to go into the Cove. And we're going to do that to treat diseases for our A-team. And with any luck, we will have great success. Hopefully not get nearly as much stress as we had on our last mission. This is a highly awarding thing here. We got a very rare trinket for Hellion, so maybe we can give that to our new low-level squad. We're building up a bit of a backlog here today because I have things planned coming up. We've got Z-Boy Games is releasing Cosmic Star Heroine next week, and I'm quite excited to play that, so definitely want to have some time to do that. Not much to play this week, or this weekend at the very least. I haven't been doing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which seems to be the new hotness on the internet. This is, I think, a good mix for right now, as far as supplies go. And we've got BlizzCon tickets going on sale in just a few hours, couple hours now, 2 hours out. Hopefully we'll have better luck on that. I'll probably just record this one episode so that I'm available for that. I don't want to accidentally go over the selling time for sure. Then
these lost shipments of rarities.
What else has happened? We finished. We have to gather ancestors' relics. So this is a garbage one. I'm just gonna fill up our inventory. I finished Mass Effect. I won't go into any spoilers here because this is certainly not why you came to this video, to get spoiled on Mass Effect Andromeda. But I will say that overall, I wish that it was not burdened with being a franchise. It would probably do much better for itself if it... Judgment, there we go. It'd do much better for itself if it didn't have the burden of having a sequel. If there was no sequel to come, then they could have done more with the world. They could have created a lot more opportunities for change and different allegiances. They could have been more risky with the final confrontations. Again, I don't want to go into too much. I don't want to give away too many plot details, but I felt it was played very safe to make sure that a follow-up, a sequel, would be more would not have a lot of variance. I know they ran into that problem with Mass Effect 1 and 2. Leading into 3, it made it very difficult for them to build Mass Effect 3 because they had to deal with a lot of choices that players had made, and build them all into the game. So they're definitely they learned that lesson. I wish that the lesson they had maybe learned was instead that maybe just don't make everything a trilogy, and then you don't have to worry about it. That being said, I felt like it was a good game, and it definitely the most recent patch that happened this last week
The stuff is only the first test.
Improved
Must be carried home.
that improved the appearance significantly. It doesn't look as silly. Oh, these are new units, right? I've never seen these Brigade Raiders before. I've seen Hanzo here, but these Brigade Raiders, they're new to me. Let's... Only 25 health on him. I don't like plague grenading one unit, but it seems like the best... Oh, he resisted that. It's not even a strong resist. Let's try and get him down. That was fantastic. I am gonna judge him. I'm gonna judge him harshly. Now, what I have not spoken about, which is probably of most interest to anyone watching this video, the Darkest Dungeon had a press release last week, right after the last set of backlog that I was creating, which, of course, you know, is always the most unfortunate. But they spoke about the upcoming expansion, which is the Blood Court of Blood, something like that, and it is coming out fairly soon. May, I think they said. I could be imagining that, and I don't have the press release up in front of me, but it is coming this year, and it's going to expand the game with a continuous, or a parallel campaign. So it's not going to be the sort of thing where you have to complete the main campaign and then do another campaign. It'll be something that adds into the main campaign of Darkest Dungeon, what we're doing right now, going through and building up our heroes and leading to the Darkest Dungeon. It'll be an additional threat, and I don't know how it will factor in as far as like pressure that it'll put on the manor. But it does mean that you'll be able to tackle it while you are building up your heroes, instead of just being this super hard area that that you only can go into once you've fully maxed out your people. So does anyone here need a positive trait? I believe... not really. Maybe we can click this. Oh, there's a debuff. Until camp. Lower damage, lower accuracy. Well, she's a healer, so it's not a problem. Heading back. Maybe we were supposed to put some holy water on that. I forget these things. There will be one new hero class. I don't believe that hero class has been revealed yet. There will be a new... shambler, or maybe not shambler, but collector type enemy. Someone who shows up when you least expect it. It'll be a vampire hunter type character, what's his name? Van Helsing. And his motivations are defeating the vampiric curse that exists. And your heroes will kind of be acquiring that over the course of the game, every time they encounter vampiric enemies. And I don't know the complete details of that, whether it's going to be a disease or a permanent effect on the character that can't be cleansed. No specific reason to go east, so we're going to go south and avoid that blockage. This is a relief. Let's go ahead and touch it. Gave her Warren Scrounger. So she's got Scrounger. Increased scouting. That's interesting. That's a lot of Warren scouting. Which, of course, is humorous, because we don't want to go to the Warrens with this particular group. Maybe we should move her to one of the other teams. There's a hunger check. Don't know who the new hero is, and there'll be a lot of new enemies. Some of those new enemies will appear in the normal zones, but there will be also another whole new zone that exists. I guess we do have to just keep exploring here, because we're looking for these quest objective areas, and we are not getting lucky with our scouting. So I'm pretty excited about that. My hope is that we can finish this campaign before we before we get to that stage, and then we can start a normal version campaign with the new stuff in there. The downside is I don't know, it's still very long, and I don't know if you'll. That's harsh. I'm very sad that happened. We will start stacking up Play Grenade back here, but yeah, like maybe even we'll be starting the normal campaign as before the expansion comes out, and then we can work that expansion into what we have. These guys are brutalizing us pretty effectively. We're going to Divine Comfort to get some group heals out there. Not as much healing as I would have liked, especially with the damage that's being done. We have got to drop these guys. Cannot reach the back row, so we'll just start focusing on the front row here. Let's hopefully finish off this front row. He did get the bleed, so he's done. We will stack up this blight further in the back. Hanzo is dead next turn. So we can ignore him for right now, which is good. We can focus healing on our whole team to deal with this AoE damage that's been going out.
Slowly, gently.
And then this second cutthroat can die next turn. We will be... We'll rely on the Plague Doctor's heal to get rid of that with any luck. We are also going to... Ooh, let's Divine Grace on Dismas, get his health back up considerably. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Oh, I'm glad I got his health up, though. And that's a good crit. That'll help his stress. Gets the bleed gone.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
Infamous Cutthroat. Should I try stunning him? 15 damage. I mean, we could just kill him. We've got 2 actions. Dodges. Oh, what a shame. Alright, we gotta go for the kill then. It just seems unlikely that we would have been able to do the damage necessary. So, what do we make room for here? Let's get rid of the anti-venom and the holy water. And then let's take a look at what we have coming up. There's a secret room again. Double combat coming up. There's a quest location. And that's a quest location. So the reality here is we are going to be overloaded considerably. It's a rare... Okay, we do need portraits. We can use the medicinal herbs to take one of the portraits. Do we ditch the money? I think the money is probably what we ditch here in favor of relics. Cloak. Okay, so this is extra protect if the torch is above 75, extra dodge, but extra stress. So that could be a good tanking cloak. What can we do to make room for that? What's he got equipped here? Reduce party surprise. Maybe we just do that. I mean, you know, party surprise is nice and all. But if our tank can take less damage. Alright, we're going to get into a couple of pieces of combat here. I'm going to get the torch all the way up as we hit that.
Spirits are lifted,
and the question is, these guys have quite a lot of health. So we probably want to try and whittle them down as best as we can, and we'll have our Plague Doctor work on the back row. And we'll try and put as much healing into Dismas as we can. But it looks like our, okay. Ooh, boy. I'm actually okay if you want to spread that damage out.
Slightest lapse in concentration.
Oh, boy. Oh, look at that damage. Okay. We gotta kill at least one thing this turn.
Annihilate.
Thank you. Now, hopefully we can get some more damage out this turn. The downside is that because that was a crit, we now do less damage with our Plague Doctor. So we'll focus on this second unit then. So much damage. Oh, alright. Well, there's Dismas hitting death's door.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Okay. Uh-oh. Whew. We don't have a heal. So take one down. What can he do? He can't heal himself, so... Oh. I think you go for the group heal. Pull him off of death's door. And we do the incisions. Resist the bleed. Oh, he dodges. Good dodge, Dismas. We appreciate that. And we will put damage into the front unit. He's bleeding. 3 damage per round. 4 hit points, though. Get the AoE heals out there. All we can reach is this front unit anyway. Excessive amount of over damage, but... Oh, missed with the incision. How about the open vein? Open vein does land, does not apply the bleed. Back on death's door.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
And then we get the kill, which is unfortunate. Okay.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow.
How
and
can we
insidious
make
killer.
this work? So I think, as I said before, we just throw away the money. Because the upgrades are more important to us at this stage. Considering how much gold we have in our inventory back at base. So we'll toss that just in case we get more rubies. The stack of rubies is worth more than a stack of gold. And then we will throw the gold, and we have another combat just around the corner. Just as a note. Alright, well, let's, we're gonna have to hope we survive to our camp. Okay, we surprised them, which is good. This guy has a ton of health. I can't reach him. Let's apply those bleeds. Resisted. So, Noxious Blast? Alright, that one's dead in 2 turns. Dish out the healing. Maybe we stun that? Oh, I should have taken just his regular swing. Alright, so he's mostly a stress unit, and he pulls himself to the front. Interesting. Brine gets dodged, which is thankful. We have second Brine. That one is not dodged, but the damage is fairly insignificant. Let's Plague Grenade then that back unit. Does get the Blight. It will die in 2 turns. And I think we just kind of accept that as a reality. And then the question is, like, is it more worth it to get a 6 to 8 heal or a 2 to 4 heal? I feel like getting those 2 to 4 heals going out. Only 1 bit of stress. Ooh, what is that? I've never seen that. I have never seen the horror debuff before. I don't know if there's something you can do to cleanse that, to be honest. Let's shoot the guy in the back. Well, let's not. We only can hit the front unit. That was totally useless. I should have stunned instead. But I guess there was a chance I would have gotten the 5 damage. Maddening Shanty. It could be worse. At least there's no damage. Okay, let's continue to do some healing on the whole team. Blight resistance is low, but doesn't matter if you miss. This does 10 to 18 damage outright. This does 8 to 13, but applies a bleed. The skeleton is not going to bleed, so let's not worry about that. But I suppose it would have been possible to give him the bleed resistance. More heals. Getting definitely to a point where the party feels a little bit safer again. The dodge is good. The blight will kill it at the beginning of the next round. We are going to buff. Okay, he went first. I was kind of hoping that we'd get some more efforts. Alright, what do I throw away? Money. We just throw away the money. Or is this enough crests? Let's throw away the money. Alright. We're gonna be in trouble no matter what happens here, because we're going to fill up our inventory with garbage. So like this, we just need to make room for.
The promise of safety.
The best strategy can be to camp.
A spark without kindling.
Eat as much food as we can.
Without hope.
And then we can get rid of who's got diseases. The worries is increased stress. That's probably going to be most important to get rid of. Hysterical blindness. If his stress gets high, that'll be bad. So his stress is fine. So we want 2 leeches. So that the worries are gone. We cannot self-medicate. Oh, no. It's the cure. Oh, it's self only. Yep. So if he was, or if Lag was diseased, we could use that. But Lag is not diseased. Let's then do Bandit Sense. We have 6 more actions. We can use Encourage to lower stress over there. I should have done Sanctuary instead because it's a heal. If mortality debuffs only, though. I am going to do this anyway. It was very beneficial to Dismas, but I should have done that the other way, so that we could have then maybe done some additional healing on Reynold. Alright, we're resting. We cleansed 1 disease, and we dealt with stress. We're going to take the Ancestor's Crate. We need to find 2 more. One is to the north here. Oh, okay, well, she's gonna touch that. That's fine. I was gonna touch it anyway. And an uneventful hallway otherwise. And then we head back this direction. We will hit another Ancestor's Crate. We will strike up a torch. These are going to be gone very soon. The question is, do we want to see what's in here? I mean, we're not going to have a lot of room to carry this with us, but there could be rare trinkets. So yeah, I don't feel like we're going to be able to take this with us, or really need to take this with us. It's financially, it's valuable, sure, but all right, I'm just going to leave them behind. They're just gone. It hurts me to do that, but they were not necessary. Probably not worth drinking from that. It might heal Reynold, but it also might give him a disease, so maybe we just move on. Okay, definitely not our quest object up there to the north, so we're gonna head west, look for our last quest objective, try not to get this team killed. Our food stores are getting a little bit lower than I'm comfortable with. Our torch is back up. We now have a free inventory space. We can pick up more loot. Put all our same curio or our same relics next to each other. We have a trap in the next area, a treasure in the next area, not a quest item. What's your trap? 80%? Yeah, I just, I'd rather, be safe. No combat. We do have one of these. We could use a shovel to open it. It probably won't bite us in the ass.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Alright. Well, I mean, we'll grab this emerald for now, and I'm positive I'll be throwing that away in mere moments, but right now we can hold on to it. Alright, rough fight. We have them surprised. Let's deal with the back row. Getting that blight out there is very nice. One of those spear fishermen he's not quite dead. That's the worst. Okay, so do we... we could get rid of some stress, but it's not essential. Let's start hacking on this guy, even though his defenses are very high. We gotta judge this guy in the back. We missed. That should have never happened. He should not have had that action. Alright, resist the movement, which is good. Artery pitches do a lot of damage. It's a pretty nasty bleed. If I remember correctly, 10 damage for 3 rounds. 10 damage for 3 rounds! Holy balls! And he can't heal because he got moved. Oh, it's the worst. Lag, you're gonna bleed to death. Maybe we stun that guy. Maybe he resists it. So we definitely need to get a heal out there on lag since the bleed is real.
Ringing ears,
Yikes!
blurred vision.
Come on! This could not be worse.
Such a terrible
Pull him all the way forward.
not be left unanswered.
Resists it. Still can't heal. Still can't heal because... it's on the back. This is the worst. Oh, resisted the bleed at least. Divine Comfort is all we can do from here. This repositioning completely effed us. Well, that bleed's gone now. And we can finally do damage to this unit in the back again? Alright, well he's dead in 2 turns. He's dead next time he acts. Spearfishing! Dodges! Renault, you got any way to move forward? God, that'd be nice. Let's start working on this big guy up front. Resisting everything, though. Artillery, but why? Why do you have to hit the Plague Doctor with it? That's gonna be Death's Door. Oh, he didn't quite hit Death's Door. Alright. Open Vein. The debuff at least hit. Alright, we're gonna march forward with Renault some more. I think he's still Divine Comfort. I would have preferred the crit on other people. Deesmoss dodging like he's in the Matrix. Finally an opportunity to Noxious Blast. Open Vein. Resist the bleed still. That debuff is stacked up though. What is his bleed resistance? I mean, it was over 100%. Renault can finally do some damage. Put a heal directly into lag. Not necessarily worth it. Alright, finally hits him. Resists it though. Perfect. Let's get a little bit more blight stacked up. It's a rough call because you're looking at healing 4 to 6 damage on 3 people. Or, what, 6 to 10 damage on 1? What's his stun resist? 95%, so maybe not. That was a good crit, though. Okay, that applied the bleed. The debuff is, oh, reduced healing. Alright. That thing's dead. We can give him a little bit of that. We can... I was hoping for a big crit. No one else is gonna get to act that's useful.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
So, a little bit more food. We got money and more money. And blue like strangled dreams. I'd never noticed that before. I mean, so you switch that for that. And then we can open this with this key.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles,
Sure, alright.
pour in blood.
So the question is, do you want even more crests? Crests can be turned into other things. What's our map look like? Still no idea if we're going to have more digging required. So the sapphire goes, and we move on. Let's put everyone back in order. We're not in the worst position we've ever been in. We have 3 rooms to explore. She's gonna touch this, probably gonna cut her. Nope, alright. There's a hunger check. We can afford one more of those. Light drop below the threshold, so we'll bring that back up. No idea what's in this room. It is our last objective. There is not combat, though. That's surprising. So, we'll ditch the torch. We'll take that.
If only treasure could
Let's continue adventuring. Let's see if we can squeeze out something of value from these curios. Since there was no combat, I'm not concerned. We can leave at any point if combat spawns, right? We're not going to open that. We go back the other way. A trap respawned, which is a good stress relief there for Dutmas. And I'd say, all things considered, this team made it out of this mission pretty safe. Their recovery is not going to be brutal. We can use a shovel to pop this open. Look at all these sapphires. All this money we could have had. Alright, we're going to take some money back with us. I mean, actually, we don't have to concern ourselves. Just do that. I mean, what's the option? Chances we'll get a food check here as we hit this. Just for the stress relief. And then we can leave. So, pretty good, pretty good. Not a ton of gold, but a ton of heirlooms. So, what did these guys get? Nothing great. Nothing great. Diseases that need to be cured. Lost and found. In the end, the hours of rooting through the old barrels of forgotten weapon racks bore fruit. Free upgrade, weapon level 1. Okay, so we can upgrade someone's weapon for free. Anyone in this group? Alright, no one there can benefit. Okay, well, this is unfortunate. There we go. We can get a free upgrade on Jericho. I mean, I guess every little bit helps. So this team's mostly better, but I think what we want to do is send them in for further treatments. Get rid of the vampiric spirits. Get rid of the runs. Oh, Rishu was the one I meant to go. Look at all of this! How does that happen? Yeah, Desmos and lag. Okay, so maybe let's get rid of some negative traits. Minus damage on the first round. Since all their damage is coming from blight in the first round, almost always, I'm not concerned about that. These are all town-related things. They're not a big issue. So, nope. Let's look at Desmos. These are not a big issue. These, on the other hand, are a problem. So let's deal with that. since we put fried spam in treatment, maybe we can treat someone else here too. Crazy Ivan. Considering that we operate in a high light environment most often, maybe we get rid of Nocturnal. Alright, that cleans them up pretty nicely. Who needs stress relief? Anybody? Not really. Rishu is probably fine. So, in our next episode, what we will tackle is an easier mission. We could go after a Medium Cove mission, maybe. We could go after the Alluring Siren, which is, I think that's all right. These guys are maybe a little undergeared to handle that. Do we think? They're just not at the top rank, right? They all have... I'm fine with that. We could buy him that. I'm fine with that. And then we can give them... Make sure they all are upgraded here as well. Is the flare important? It does give debuff resist. I think that could be important to resisting things. We'll upgrade all their skills here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll tackle on the next one. We'll go after the Alluring Siren. So for now, thank you for tuning in. I hope you are enjoying the series. I'm a little bit concerned going into that one. Those second tier bosses they're not the end, obviously, but they are also not anything to take lightly. But this team they're all right. I mean, I call them the C team, but I think they're pretty tough. We have a marking situation in place, so yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident everything will be fine. So until then, I thank you again for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic day. We will see you tomorrow.